everybody and welcome to the channel Bob Sales this time's next year. So as you know, VeVe have done it again. They've released another great drop and this time there's a lot to it. So before we get into the drop, I think we'll do the drop history in this part, and then on the next part we'll go through the drop details, the burns and everything that goes with that. So the drop itself is actually dropping the 13th of May, 8 AM PT, which is 4 PM UK time. The drop itself is in celebration of 5 years since the release of Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War. So with that being said, let's get into the MCU backstory and then let's get into the differences between that and the comic book version. Thanos is a powerful alien warlord, a native of the planet Titan. Thanos saw the danger his people were in from overpopulation and suggested a severe solution: the elimination of over half the population, in order to make life better for the planet as a whole. He was shunned as a madman, but his planet did indeed eventually die, lacking the resources needed to keep up with demand. Firmly believing that the universe at large was in the same danger as Titan, Thanos grew to power as a force bringing death and destruction from planet to planet. Thanos and his army are now infamous for annihilating entire races in a service of depopulating what he believes to be an overcrowded universe. Of course, on his journey, Thanos discovers the Infinity Stones, 6 different gems that grant immense power over a different aspect of the universe: space, time, reality, power, soul and mind. He realises that bringing all 6 stones together and placing them in a special gauntlet, he can become virtually unstoppable. Thanos spends years gathering the stones, and when he finally has them all, he dons the Infinity Gauntlet and does the infamous snap of the fingers, instantly wiping out half of the universe. This event is known as the snap. This of course had devastating effects across the whole Marvel universe. Now in the comic books there are some slight differences. The start of Infinity Gauntlet, the comic book series, Thanos had already collected the stones, and in the comic book the goal was to win the affection of Mysterious Death, also known as Lady Death or just Death. She was of course the living embodiment of death in the Marvel universe in the shape of a female form. She did indeed bring Thanos back to life because she sensed an imbalance in the universe. Thanos actually become infatuated with her and would do anything to impress her. This includes wiping out most of the universe. Also, the heroes were very different. A lot of the heroes in the movie was not actually in the comic. Some heroes actually died in the movies but didn't actually die in the comic, and some were never there at all. Also in the comic book, Adam Warlock was the one that led Earth's remaining heroes against them. Adam Warlock's MCU movie debut has been hinted in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but of course he can't be included in this storyline. Also, the story of Thanos' daughter Nebula is a bit different. In Endgame we get to see 2 compelling sides of the character. One side is a brainwashed captive trying to please her abuser. The other is a strong fighter who breaks free in the movies. In fact, in the comic book she actually managed to take the gauntlet for herself and proves to potentially be more dangerous than her father. Now after she actually takes the gauntlet from him, Thanos understands what is at stake and agrees to team up with the remaining heroes to help undo what he's previously done. We do also see a kind of change of heart in Thanos in the second movie when it comes to the power he wielded. So that's been the history. Stay tuned for part 2. That's going to be the drop article and everything to go with it. So until then, I've been your host Bob Sales. This time next year we will be millionaires. A peace.
I told you. You'd die for that.